Hey guys, I'm going to show you the circle method so that if you get to a cladogram that's kind of giving you trouble, you can try this to help you out. And so we're going to start here by looking at my numbers like I did for the number method. But if you notice for this number method, the numbers aren't coming out like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a couple repeated numbers. That's kind of a sign that I need to use some kind of a different method. And so with the circle method, I'm going to use a circle to represent each of the traits. So I'm going to start with the trait that has fewer numbers of organisms that have it. And so I'm going to start with long neck, and I'm just going to simply draw a circle to represent long neck and label it. Inside the circle, I'm going to write the organism that has the long neck, which is the giraffe. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for walks upright. Doesn't matter what order they go in, as long as you make sure you get the information correct inside the circle. So I need to write humans in here. So humans have a walk upright and giraffes have a long neck. And now I need to go to the next trait. So I'm going to look at nails and claws. Nails and claws have the lion and the human. So I need to include the human in my circle. And I need to add the lion into the circle for nails and claws. So this tells me the lion has nails and claws, but the human has nails and claws and also walks upright. The next thing I'm going to do then is legs. Legs is strange because it has to include the giraffe, humans, and the lion. And so my circle has to include everything else that we have so far. And I will label that legs. And so everything has been included: giraffe, humans, and lions. We've got legs. So we can move on to the final trait, which is backbone. Backbones have to include snakes. So I'm going to first draw my circle to include giraffe, humans, and lions. But then inside the circle, I need to add snakes. And so I'll label that backbone. And I've got the backbone. The snakes have a backbone, but everything else has legs and a backbone, which is what the information on the chart tells me. Now I'm ready to take this circle method and turn it into my cladogram. So I'll draw my line just like normal. I'm going to start on the very outside of my circle and start with whatever's on the outermost layer, and that's backbone. So I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to label that backbone. And I'm just going to move in into my next thing, which is snake. So I have to include an organism, and I will label that snakes. So now if you follow snakes down and to the past time, you'll notice that it does pass the trait backbone, so snakes must have a backbone. Now I get to legs. So again, I'm going to put a little hash mark here and write in my trait of legs. And notice that I can go into one of two circles. And when this happens, you have two directions to go. You're going to have like a fork in the road. And you can go down either fork for either circle. It doesn't matter. So nails and claws can go on this line, or nails and claws can go on this line. And I'm going to go ahead and put nails and claws on this longer line, simply because there's more information here. So I'm going to put a hash mark. Notice this is after the break off, because nails and claws only applies to half of this information, not all of it. And I'll write nails and claws here. And then inside of nails and claws, I have the lion, who doesn't have anything else. And then I have the humans, and the humans have to have the trait of walking upright. Now I could have switched these. So lions could have been here and humans would have been here. And I would have just put the walking upright on this line. It doesn't matter in which order you put it. The same evolutionary history is told. They have a common ancestor right here. So look, humans have walking upright. They have nails and claws, legs, and a backbone. But the lion only has nails and claws, legs, and a backbone. Well, we have to go back to the spot here we redid the break off, because I still have to deal with this circle here, the giraffe. So this other break off goes for the giraffe. And notice that it's inside of its own circle, so it gets its own little hash mark here on its line called long neck. So I can go down the giraffe's line and I see long neck, but then I also see legs and backbone as I go back to the original common ancestor. And so your cladogram could look a little different from this, but as long as it shows the information that's in the chart, it's correct. And so this is the circle method. You're going to go ahead and try this with one of the 4 cladograms that you've already built, or if you want to try, you can do one of the extended learning cladograms and try to apply this method to those. Those are a little bit more difficult and they typically require the circle method. So good luck.